It's an episode of Silicon Valley between Elon Musk taking over Twitter and Amber taking off. MIT reports Twitter has lost over 1 million users since Elon's takeover, Amber Heard being one of them, his ex. Of course, she's not on the grid all of a sudden, and we know how that has people talking. Are you one of those people? If yes, you're in luck, because that's exactly what we're diving into today. Let's start with Amber Heard's disappearance from Twitter. Social media watchdogs took notice of how Amber's Twitter handle disappeared all of a sudden. This started with Piers Morgan tweeting about how it was another win. Not sure what he means by that, but Amber hasn't been very active on Twitter or Instagram recently. But she's been quoted saying that she wasn't into social media until she realized that it could help her activism and gain more visibility. It should also be noted that Twitter has been a cesspool for ages, and it couldn't have been an easy decision for a celeb like Amber to go off the grid. Many celebrities use social media platforms to market themselves, and it does seem like the easiest way to become a household name. The news of her disappearance from the platform left her fans confused and shocked, because this is how they could connect with her and make her a part of their lives. Okay, but why'd she have to go? Elon and Amber are guilty of dating each other in the past. The relationship started in 2016, allegedly, keeping their love under wraps for a year before going public, and the split coming in 2018. The timing of her deactivating her account right after her ex bought the company does make it look very suspicious. If you ask us whether we'd use Instagram if an ex bought the entire company, we'd definitely be Googling how to deactivate our account. Musk has dubbed their relationship amicable post-breakup, but many are wondering if it's actually turned sour. He has been a part of the conversations post-breakup because Depp, the Willy Wonka actor, accused Amber of cheating on him with Elon before their divorce was finalized. Does Amber think he won't be looking through her DMs if she deactivated her account? Or maybe she doesn't have $8 to spare anymore after that expensive trial she went through with Johnny Depp. But on a serious note, Amber's been grilled on every platform, especially Twitter, ever since the public trial of her divorce. It hasn't been easy for her. For a good amount of time, every meme was dedicated to her. Her fans are wondering if this change is going to be permanent. Her reps haven't made any comment as to why she took off, but her supporters want her to take this time off to spend time with her friends and daughter. Social media backlash can be very toxic, and it does take a toll on your mental health, which brings us to the next important discussion. Now, this isn't the first time Amber's been at the center of the drama. The first time Amber's name made rounds wasn't when she signed up for Aquaman. That did bring her a lot of attention because Aquaman is a really big franchise. However, when she publicly accused Johnny Depp of abusing her, that's when her name blew up and made rounds all over the internet. Her accusing everyone's favorite, Johnny Depp, was nothing short of a plot of a movie. Suddenly, the guy that everyone loved was the antagonist. It's worth noting that domestic violence is a really serious issue, which is why everyone supported Heard at the start. Remember how Johnny recently won the defamation trial? Yeah, they were both at the center of drama yet again. The trial was televised and had the whole world at Baywatch. No one had ever seen anything like that since the O.J. Simpson trial. Seriously, the trial was nothing short of a reality TV show episode with two bitter spouses. The movie Marriage Story made sense for people after watching their trial. And guess what? The hashtags it generated, along with the views, were staggering. It really was a horror show. All it did at best was make the two of them more famous for all the wrong reasons. Amber did lose the trial, and the public unanimously sided with Depp as the case moved forward. Next up, Amber isn't the only celebrity who's left Twitter. It's not only Amber who's decided to take off from Twitter. In fact, a lot of other big names are gone as well. Whoopi Goldberg, Sarah Bareilles, Gigi Hadid, Toni Braxton, and Shonda Rhimes are all off the grid. Seriously, what's the beef? Finally, what's the new Twitter like for its users? The reality is that it hasn't really been a smooth transition for Twitter and its users. A number of changes by the new owner have drawn a lot of criticism from popular stars across different fields. Something that hasn't sat well with everyone over the internet has been Elon's decision to change the verification process into a paid model while firing hundreds of employees and worries about an increase in hate speech. Rich users don't like the idea of paying $8 to keep their blue check. Gigi Hadid, everyone's favorite supermodel, took her leave too because she's concerned about how Twitter is becoming a place full of bigotry. "I can't say it's a safe place for anyone, not a social platform that will do more good than harm," Hadid wrote on Instagram. Shonda Rhimes didn't stop herself from taking a dig at Elon Musk, stating, "Not hanging around for whatever Elon has planned." Other people have legit concerns over how former President Donald Trump might be let back into the platform as well. The world isn't entirely ready for that to happen yet. Now, let's talk about the Depp vs. Heard trial movie that no one wanted. Amber Heard has been making rounds for the past few months due to her famous libel trial with her ex-husband, Johnny Depp. The film is a dramatization, of course, so it won't feature Johnny and Amber themselves, but it will be an enactment of the events regarding how their marriage became a joke and how their reputations suffered along the way. If you're a fan of nuance, or basically hold any perspective that is somber, you won't have fun watching the movie. But if you enjoy two people having a public meltdown in a courtroom over a matter that doesn't concern your daily life in any way, then you are definitely in for a really good movie to watch with a cheap set and weird accents that don't make any sense. Their marriage was a clash of two mismatched personalities anyway. Next up, the plot of the movie. To understand the plot of the movie when it comes to Depp, we have a grown man scarred by an abusive childhood who has tendencies to hide his use of narcotics and alcohol. And for Amber, we have a woman with a reported diagnosis of borderline personality disorder. On top of this, add the responsibility to carry fame and wealth. It's not a surprise that these two clashed horns. But let's remember, this isn't real life, and it is a movie that was allegedly slung up in a matter of weeks. Will it be a true-to-life reflection about how things actually went? Another problem with the movie could be that no one actually knows what happened between these two behind closed doors. We know this sounds controversial, but to be fair, all everyone has heard are testimonies, which are completely different. You'd need to make two movies, not one, if you want to get the story straight. So, if this film is getting made to show the truth, then it shouldn't even try to begin with. One of the happenings depicted in the movie features the incident where a room ended up covered in broken glass and blood. Depp is missing something like a finger, and we can see Johnny losing his mind and lashing out at Amber. And then we see another one where Heard intentionally slashes his finger and begins writing insults about his wife on the walls with blood. Interestingly, the film also appears to hate most of its own audience, since the trial did play across social media. Lastly, is it worth your time? Honestly speaking, apart from the same folks who broadcast their own running commentary during the trial, who else is going to watch this nonsense? At the very least, it seems incredibly offensive to be making such a mockery of them. This isn't to imply that the movie has no quality at all. This is essentially your Christmas if you want to witness the Hollywood lifestyle replicated on a budget, such as the moment when Depp's post-trial performance in the Royal Albert Hall is arranged to appear as though he was actually playing at the world's least crowded working man's club. But really, that's all there is. Here's a hot take. Maybe the moral of the Depp-Heard trial is that faster isn't always going to be better. Absolutely nothing about this movie warrants any kind of insight. You know what? It might have been wiser to postpone going into this for a year or two, because it's much more likely that Depp and Heard would be open to playing themselves now that their careers are in the dumps. That's a wrap for this video. What are your thoughts on the movie? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.